Mr. Henry,
What to do?
first of all, thank you for coming,
Of course.
taking time out of your day. I'm
Yeah.
sure you have a lot of things you could be doing, but you chose to be with me today for an
Yeah.
hour or so. Um, it's crazy how we ran into each other. I think it was through Instagram. I'd heard about this dude running around South LA. I'm like, that's a good niche, I think. And then I saw like the engagement. You're doing pretty well. How did that come about? Barrio Athletics. What sparked that interest? Like, what was the pivotal moment where you're like, you know what? I'm gonna gather hundreds of people at least once a month to run with me.
Yeah. So I think I could take it back to like when I was in college at UCLA. And in college, I was like a first generation college student and I felt kind of lost going into that space.
Mm.
And I was kind of like lonely for the first 2 years. And I just like ate like lunch and breakfast alone by myself until like I joined like a Latino fraternity called Sigma Lambda Beta. And
Fraternity.
yeah, and that
Wow.
made me feel like, oh wow, like there's people that look like me that talk like me in college, like in higher institutions. Because my dad, you swear, like he didn't go to college, like he just hustled his way through life, and I got the privilege to go to university. And I was always instilled with the values like, hey, you just need to go to college, get good grades, don't even get a job.
Right.
And yeah, I did good in college. I joined the fraternity and I felt more like in community, and that sparked like a lot of my passions. That I, as a kid, I was always like extrovert. I was always the kid dancing in the middle. I was always like the loud one. But in the first 2 years, I was lonely until I joined the fraternity, and that gave me like the energy again. And with that newfound energy that I got from being in a community that of people that kind of understood where I was coming from, I embarked in a lot of different endeavors. I was, to keep it short and simple, my cousin Andrew and me, we just started a smash burger business out of nowhere while I was still in college. While I was still at UCLA, we were just selling smash burgers anywhere and fraternity parties,
Oh yeah.
just flipping burgers. While everyone was like partying and stuff, we was making money.
You would go. You would wait for the outside, like after everybody came out, or you would do it. You would set it inside the parties.
To give you a quick story, I was actually tabling for one of the fraternity events, like when people go back to school and you're like, "Oh, join my fraternity." I was doing one of those things.
Okay.
When I saw like a like a Indian kid, like he was a student and he came walking towards us, and I'm like, "Oh, he probably wants to join the fraternity. I need to like see what I could tell him, you know." But he came and pitched his idea that they were making a new application, like a new app on the phone that they were gonna like sponsor UCLA parties,
Oh,
and you
wow.
could get your tickets there
Okay.
instead of like waiting at the door and not knowing like if you're gonna get in. You know, sometimes in college, like, you go to parties and they're like, "Oh, you can't get in. You don't know nobody." So he was making an app, and his name's Tejas, and his app was called Pop in UCLA. He pitched his idea, and that's when I kind of pitched my idea too. I was like, "Oh, me and my cousin have a smash burger business. If you're throwing
okay.
your next party, like for the release of the app, we'll be more than happy to go sell burgers there. I think
Yeah.
it'll bring people in, and so they don't have to leave your party to go to In and Out. You'll keep them there,
Yeah, you get some
be
food.
more live, you know."
Right. Right.
And so we did that. They did it like at a white fraternity party, and it was like there was honestly like 1,000 people there, and we sold out that day.
Wow.
And so that was one endeavor of the burger business. And I was doing that throughout like my junior and my senior years in college.
Mm.
But within that time frame, me and my cousin were like really tight, you know. Like I learned a lot from him
Yeah.
while I was in college, and we were randomly at UCLA one time. He came to visit me because I think we were gonna go to a party or whatnot,
Right.
and we saw like a big crowd of people, like in the middle, like it was just like a sea of people, and it was just like white and Asian people, you know, like UCLA is just a lot of
Yeah.
white and Asian people. And we just saw like in the middle, we saw like this like brown little kid, you know, like a brown
Yeah.
kid, and we're like, wait, that was the Guatemalan. We were joking, you know, he's Guatemalan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my cousin was like, go say hi to him. I'm like, bro, I don't know him. That's weird. Why am I gonna go say hi to him?
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, bro, if you go say hi to him, bro, after the party, like I'll invite you to In and Out. I'm like, okay, then I gotta go. So I want to go and walked and wanted to go talk to him, and I'm like, oh, you're Guatemalan, right? because he had like some like a Guatemalan bracelet, you know,
Okay.
and it stood out from the crowd because Guatemalan is so colorful. You could like see it from miles away.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
And then
that's
I'm
a
like,
good
"Oh, you're
point.
Guatemalan?" He looked at me like, "Wait, what do you like disturbed?" Like he's like, he thought I was like offending him, you know? And he's like, "No, I'm Mexican." And then I was like, and then we just started talking, and I was just like, "Oh, what's going on here?" He's like, "Oh, it's like a music event." And then we were just talking about like music interests, like, "Oh, you like the repairs, or you like rock en español, or I like
The
this
Red
type of
Pears, what's
music."
that?
It's like an
Like rock and roll?
it's a rock band, I think, in
Okay.
español,
Ah,
but they're
okay,
like
okay.
remaking indie music, but like for like, you know, for like the new
Oh, that's
culture.
cool. Okay.
And they're really good. Yeah. There's a lot of other bands like Mexican slum rats that are doing that. That's a whole nother niche. But it was cool. It's like indie, like Latin music, you know,
Okay.
like in the new wave. So we were just talking about it. We're like, that's cool. And that conversation, to keep it short, it sparked into a band that me, the homie that I was talking to, and my cousin and a couple other friends, we started a band called the Ghetto Fools.
The Ghetto Fools.
The Ghetto
Like
Fools, bro.
actual music band?
Like a music band.
Oh, wow.
And I was the lead singer.
Mm.
And my
No
cousin,
way.
he was playing the guitar, and the guy we met, he was playing like the bass,
Okay.
if I remember correctly. And so while in college, I was just doing everything. I was selling burgers
That's
on
dope.
Saturday, and then on Sunday we were like at a gig.
So you were in a band. You had a band, your own band, and you're the lead singer.
Yeah, we had a band
That's so cool. I
collectively.
didn't know
Yeah.
that. Okay.
So I think that
¿En
is
español o en inglés?
in español y inglés.
Okay.
Yeah, like Spanglish, you know, because
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like a lot of who I am and who we are, especially like first generation, you know, college students,
Yeah.
you know, with a Hispanic background, is like we speak both languages, and we share ourselves through the music.
Correct.
And yeah, so we were doing that for a while, and it was fun because I don't know if you heard about like Mid City Mercado, like the market.
Mid City Mercado, no.
So they're a big market in Mid City, you know, and they have like local vendors pulling up, and it gets
Okay.
really lively. They're
Like a farmer's market, kind of?
yeah,
Okay.
and like a swap meet kind of, but
Okay.
it's like for like the new wave. And we performed at one of their events, one of their annual events, and it brings a lot of people in, like thousands of people go.
Okay.
And that was like when we performed one of our biggest ones. But what I'm trying to
Oh, you
say
performed at that?
at
Oh,
that
cool,
event,
cool,
yeah.
cool.
So we're like, that's super cool.
Nice.
And that's when I started getting into editing, and that's a big part, you know, because when I was doing the burgers and also the band, that's when I was editing videos for them, you know, for both projects.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I was like on CapCut, you know, because like, that's the app, you know. It's funny
It's so,
'cause
it's so simple to use.
it's so simple.
It's
to
simple,
use.
and if you like perfect it or like learn different techniques and strategies to use it, it's pretty useful. And it's all in your hands.
It's on your hands.
Yeah.
So you have like, you could create at any
Yeah,
time. And that's when I was like you said, like I was like editing on CapCut, and I got really good, you know.
Okay.
Like I'm like, oh, you could put the music, you could put the dialogue and other stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I was doing those endeavors, like this is when the story about athletics kind of starts, you know. But I kind of wanted to give you a background of
Okay.
to kind of understand
Like the foundation.
the foundation, yeah.
Where, okay.
Like the passions, the risk taking, and just creating something out of nothing.
Right.
Like I had done two things collectively with other people. So I kind of had that energy, like I could just do stuff.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people that have this idea, but they never take it. You know, like when you started like Red Cup Talks, like I was seeing like the oldest, like your earliest videos, and you're like you said, you're going to Skid Row, documenting the stories of like homeless people.
Right.
I think you were at Rodeo Drive.
I was.
And you're just like asking people random questions.
Yeah.
And you know, you didn't have anything figured out at that point. You know, I don't know. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I bet you did. You just wanted to do something, right?
Yeah.
You just wanted to like,
I just want to see what hit and what. Yeah, I just want to record and create something.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you just create something out of nothing, and that's so amazing. So I had that energy within me, and that's when I was on Instagram and I was kind of scrolling, and then I saw like a video about like a run club in Austin, Texas, called the Raw Dog Run Club, and they were like really big in Austin, Texas. Like they were having the whole community come out and just run 3 miles, and it was like the energy was live, and it seemed like a whole party, but in the most healthiest way possible. And I'm like, that's really dope. Like, why can't we do something like that, but like in South Central LA?
Your hood, yeah.
You know?
So you would always run in South LA. Was that like
Mhm.
your go to? Like, I'm gonna go for a run today. What was your go to running location?
So like when I was at UCLA, I used to run obviously in Westwood, and
Beautiful
and I
campus.
used to run like in the mansions, like where
Yeah,
you see like
so nice. Yeah,
like the hardworking Hispanics just like making like the mansions out of scratch, like the backbone of America, straight up.
100%.
And when I came back to South Central LA, it was totally different.
Totally
It's
different.
not a mansion, It's like you see homeless people, there's like police, there's
Yeah,
like the dogs chasing you. It's so many, but more than that, you see like the hardworking people vending in the streets, not causing any harm.
yeah.
You see like the amazingness in the community, and I don't think people were capturing that, you know. And so I used to always run in South Central LA to answer your question. Like ever since I was in high school, I was in track for 4 years, and we ran inside the track, and other days we just ran around the neighborhood.
Okay.
And we were a really good track team at Santee High School, and we still are.
What
And
did you do?
I did the 800 meters, which is the two
Okay.
laps.
It's like sprint, no?
Yeah,
Nonstop.
nonstop. It's
Damn.
it's hard.
Yeah, yeah.
I was actually really good.
Nice.
I was like 2 minutes and 1 second. And I always tell people I hate like going like, oh, like my high school days, but basically like I could have been a track runner if I would have like went to a community college and
You would have focused
gained
on
my
it.
yeah. But UCLA gave me the opportunity to go to school. I couldn't say no.
Wow.
But yeah, I was been running in South Central LA, whether it was in my track team or whether alone.
Yeah, yeah.
But when I went back to school and I had all this in me, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna pick up a phone. And this is before the run club. This is before Barrio Athletics or anything.
Yeah.
I just picked up a phone and just recorded myself running around South Central LA. And because I had that editing background, I already knew how to like edit the videos how I wanted
Right.
and just have fun with it. Just have fun with it. I didn't know what I was doing.
So you just picked the phone, you just started recording yourself, and
Yeah.
but what made you want to post? Like, hey, I'm gonna just post this. Did you
No.
have it? Like, did you have it envisioned? Like, hey, I want to start. Because you mentioned you saw the running club in Texas
Yeah.
that influenced you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna just post this, and you shared it. Was it? Did you do it a few times before you had that video that blew up, or how did that work?
Yeah, I was doing it for like 6 months.
Just-
A video every day.
Wow.
I was consistent. I did have that vision. Like, I want people to know the story of communities like South Central LA.
Yeah.
Like low income neighborhoods.
Right.
But that athletics is such an amazing way. And honestly, to be completely honest with you, I don't feel like we've captured that much. But I'm gonna say it later. But we're working on a second collection. But that's another story. But basically what I want to capture is the positivity in low income neighborhoods through athletics that could even tie into academics and improving ourselves in healthy ways, and also changing the narrative of low income neighborhoods little by little. And I think our run meets have done that in a way. I'm kind of jumping, but I think we've been changing the narrative, because like you see a big crowd in South Central LA, you think someone got killed, you think they're doing a takeover, or at least that's what the media tries to portray. But we're just running.
So you're trying to shake that up, that narrative.
Yeah.
You're not trying. You actually are.
Yeah.
I went to your first meet. Well, for my first time on Saturday.
Yeah.
I was like 20 minutes late, but we did it. Oh, my girl. It was good energy. It was like, it's just positive. It's just people were just trying to exercise and run. And I think overall, it's a community aspect of it. It's like we're all coming together just to run. We all have very similar backgrounds, even if we're Mexican or Guatemalan, Salvadorian, Honduran, like very, very similar stories. Most of our families, our parents came the same way.
Yeah.
Some were fortunate enough to were born here. But my parents, they migrated illegally.
Yeah.
So everybody just getting together, and it all started because of this one young man that had a vision.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. That's why I want to dive into it. So how do you feel as far as like, where do you want to take that?
I want to go global.
You want to go global?
Yes, I want to impact as much people as we could.
Okay.
whether it's in the streets of the little pueblo in my dad's Guatemalan town in
Mm.
Izabal. Like
Isabel.
I
Shout out Isabel.
remember I went because we used to go every summer, and I went like I think the past 3 years, and I saw one of my primas. She's like young, she's like what 14, and
Gotcha.
dude, she's a sprinter,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm like, do you haces deporte en la escuela? Oh, no tenemos deporte.
Mm. Oh wow. I get you. I get your
I'm like,
vision now.
dude, that's
Imagine Barrio Athletics going to your school in Guatemala and offering that service or that opportunity for you to have athletics.
just make a track team, open up a track, run.
That's hard. I
It's
love
just
that.
is they barely constructed a asphalt
That's great.
road.
So many
Barely.
schools in Guatemala don't have, first of all, the resources
Yeah.
to have sports. So that I see the vision.
You know, like
Yeah. That's really cool.
it's people say,
I can see that happening, and it will happen.
yeah.
What do you think sparked your interest to be creative, like taking away Barrio Athletics, the entrepreneur route with like the smash burgers? What do you think sparked an interest of being creative at a young age, and at what age did you like realize, I actually like creating things?
Yeah.
How did that come about? What was that pivotal moment for you?
I think when it comes to creativity and expressing yourself, I agree with you. Like it starts very early in your childhood. And obviously in your childhood there's a bunch of factors that could influence that. Your parents are number one. And I might be wrong in saying this, but this is my perspective, this is my experience, So I'm not speaking for everybody, but parents are number one. Your teachers are very important. Your teachers and also your friends. I always been a proponent that life is worth living because of people.
Life is worth living because of people.
Life is
100%.
people. People
Yeah,
always
yeah.
have this. Sometimes people it's easy for us to get, at least for me or in general. Sometimes it's easy to get stuck in our ego, like me, my interest,
Right.
my this and that. But the more I've learned is the more I learned that people are the reason why everything is.
Yeah. No, that's
like
true.
I'm like I'm Henry, right?
Right.
Or Chats, if you know me on Instagram.
What's chats?
Chats is an abbreviation of my nickname Chato, which
Okay, chato. Okay.
which I for people that don't know is that my dad was called Chato, and what that means, from my knowledge, maybe I'm wrong. You could correct me in the comments, but from what I know is that you have like a nose like that, like a pug
Okay.
nose.
Yeah, chata.
And my
Yeah.
dad, he kind of does have one.
But
Like
also,
that.
they use it for chatas too, right?
Chata, yeah.
like
He
a
used to
girl?
call my sister that, but she doesn't like it. But I took it
funny,
as
man.
like, oh, that's cool.
Okay.
I have
You
a name.
embraced it.
Yeah, because it's like it's a term of endearment, So I got it from my dad. So when I was little, they used to call him, he's the original Chato. Like his friends call him Chato because I was his son.
Big chato.
I was Chatillo.
Okay.
But then I later on I got bigger. They're like, oh, Chato. That's all my family calls me. Like
Yeah.
Christmas reunions, anything. Oh, that's Chato.
Oh, that's sick. So you would say, going back to like the spark of being creative, your parents,
Yeah.
people around you, relationships. But is there like that moment you're like, I love to do this. I'm gonna start doing it. And do you remember the first time you ever you like picked up the camera, or you picked up that editing app?
Yeah.
How was that?
I think like you like early experience.
Mm.
I think I could talk about in terms of when I was in middle school. I was in yearbook.
Oh, okay.
But yearbook, you know how people think like, oh, yearbook, you just take pictures and post it.
Right.
And like, oh yeah, this is our school year. Our yearbook was, how could I explain it? It was just like a club of just creativity.
Mm.
More than just photography. Like when it was, I think, rap month or history, we did like a history of rap. So we went up in the auditorium with like your club and to all the school. Like we just sang songs of like the history of rap from the 1980s to like the modern times. And I was just there just dancing with friends, And we also did like in Halloween, we did like a Halloween short film that you showed to the whole classroom, to the whole school.
Yeah.
So you acted. So I was always like in a creative fashion, But that's because I think and it goes back to people. The people used to encourage it, whether it was like His name was Mr. Altamirano. He was like the leader of like the yearbook club.
Okay.
Like he always was like, there's different people in my life that just been, you know, whether it's been my parents, like, oh, like trusting me, like, oh, vas a ir al deporte, okay, está bien. Like they encourage it, you know, or whether it's that the teacher from the yearbook club, like he's like, oh, you do that, that's cool, that's funny, that's cool. Instead of a lot of people now, they're like, oh, why are you doing that? Like just, but people project though because they're in a safe, you know, they're like in a box.
Well, a lot of people are. Yeah,
Some
that's like
people are
that's
like
like
that.
literally the best way you put it. People are in a box,
Yeah.
and they're just so afraid to think outside the box. Go to school, get your degree, get a good job. Oh, I don't want trabajo, and then boom, have a kid. I don't ever want to live that way, personally. Right? I actually dread living that lifestyle. To like go get a good job. I didn't go to college. I went 1 year. I played football and then I got injured and I was like, that's my excuse. I'm not going to work. I was going to college because of football. I didn't want to be in class or anything. I just always wanted to have my own thing. But I think it's really important to like talk about is the way, like as far as your family household, how important was school? Did your parents like drill it in your mind or your brain? What was that like?
Yeah, school was very important. Like that was everything. My parents always told us that all their sacrifices and all their hard work is for us to get an opportunity at school and to improve ourselves. And so I wasn't allowed to get a job when I was young. Younger, I wanted to get a job because all my friends had jobs and they were buying like the new Jordans, they were buying the video games, the PSPs. So I'm like, I want to make my own money, you know, and like get the cool stuff. But they're like, no, you gotta go to school. Yeah. So then that's when I kind of gave it up, and that's when I just drilled down in school ever since elementary school. And I always been a good student since. But now I think I reimagined the word student because that's a whole nother topic about public schooling. Because when you get older, you gotta kind of reimagine what school is for you. You gotta educate yourself. You know, 100%. Especially when you don't have a program. But yeah, ever since I was young, my parents, they told me, yeah, you gotta go to school. Yeah, there's no other way.
Interesting. I want to change the topic. Yeah, it's gonna get a little more deeper. So I think in many Guatemalan households, I ask because I know it's different for every household and every culture. Machismo, like how was your experience with machismo? And you know, we're just zoning into like the Guatemalan culture. Yeah. How was your experience with that? Would you say your dad was machista or like your uncles or your grandfather? How was your experience with that? And do you think it's affected you in any way?
I think, yeah, for sure. Like it exists, you know? And I think I did see it, whether I was like in Guatemala and it's just like, you know, them whistling at like girls, you know, or like, you know, or people just thinking, I think more than anything, like I think in my opinion, you know, my perspective, my experience, I would see machista as just like a means just to hold on to power. But it's funny because the more you try to hold on to power, the more it's not gonna work. You have to be willing to hear another perspective. You have to be willing to understand that you're not the only person in the room. You know? So I think a lot of it is just, oh, I'm right. Yo estoy correcto. Así se hacen las cosas.
Like, boom.
Yeah.
Period.
When maybe there's a way to do it smarter and more efficient. Maybe you just heard. Yeah. You know, just God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. As cliche as that is, it's true. Right. You got to really pay attention. You know, I'm talkative. I love talking. I'm extroverted. But I've learned along the way in my experiences, reading books and just learning in my life experiences that sometimes you just got to shut up and listen.
I've struggled. I'll be honest. I've been checked a couple of times. Like, you know, you don't. I've been told you just don't shut up. Like, listen. I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'll listen. I'll shut up and listen. Yeah. So I like what you said. You said it's a meaning of holding power. Yeah. But you think about it, I'm always thinking about it. I'm like, I feel like I would just hate to see another generation grow to continue growing into that. And first of all, I think when you're talking about being machista, psychologically, it's like you're trying to cover up like an insecurity, um, and an insecurity. You're like, I think you feel super entitled if you're a machista because you're the one providing for everything. Maybe, um, oh, you're not. I make the rules because I pay for everything. You're under my roof. Um, and a lot of wives or mothers deal with it with their husbands.
Yeah.
Maybe especially those who don't work
Yeah.
or housewives, full time mothers. A lot of times they deal with like these machistas, not knowing like no, the woman also has to say. It's biblical, like the man is a leader, but it's not just you in the household.
No.
It's two of you. Two's greater than one, I think. Um, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. And I think there's more highlight and just, hey, it's okay not to be machista. Just because you saw your dad or your father, your grandpa, or your tios be like that, doesn't mean you have to fall into that.
No.
I think it's a lot more attractive if you realize that yes, you can be machista, you can be like boom, but controlling that and not being that, and instead showing love, showing that affection.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you weak. Showing love, showing affection does not make you weak as a man. I feel like a lot of men in today's world and in the past, they're just so afraid to show love. And I think what like bothers me a lot, and this is like very, I guess, taboo or uncomfortable to talk about. Like people say they're men of God or they go to church frequently, or they go to church for years, but they don't show that love of God at home. Like they're so like, but you're a man of God. Like, how are you gonna be a man of God and not show love to your kids? You know what I mean? Or to the world? Like it makes no sense. So just putting it out there. It's not, you're not weak for showing love. Matter of fact, I think you're more of a man if you're able to control that and show love. It's like, I think it's very powerful. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think I'll go back to the point that like the leader is just people, and you got to be willing to understand that it's just not you. You know how like you could put, let's just say you're in a traditional household, right? And let's just say, yeah, you're the man, you pay for everything, but the woman's contributions are not
Right.
valuable just because doesn't have a currency to it.
Mm,
But the way she raises her children, the way
right.
that's everything.
That's even more
That's
important than the
that's a-
currency, I think.
That's now you're raising the next generation.
Yeah.
That's big. Like what
100%.
the food she cooks, and I'm talking about like if you're in a traditional household,
Yeah.
you agree to that,
Yeah.
like. But she doesn't have a say just because you put the money down, like
Yeah.
you know.
No, I hear you 100%.
Like there's leaders in every. It's like a business,
Yeah.
It's like everyone has their say for their own little sectors of that they do.
Right.
But yeah, that it's hard, Of course, like it still exists, like especially when you've seen it in your childhood. Sometimes, like for me, like I have streaks. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm doing too much of. It's just always I'm like, there's times where you gotta honestly be like that.
No,
like,
for sure.
Like in times of like high stress,
Yeah.
like you honestly gotta choose, bro. Because if you don't do this, you could get killed.
That's true. No, 100%. There's a balance.
Yes, you gotta know when.
We also
Yeah.
can't mistake kindness for weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end of the day, no, relax, baby girl. I'm the man here. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna follow my lead. Am I gonna like overstep you and like try to control you? No, of course not. But just know that, like, hey, this is what it is. If you don't like it, then I don't know what to tell you. That's how I see things. And I hope it's not, doesn't sound ugly, but
Well, for me, I
but
think
it's a balance though. It's a balance.
Yeah.
She also has a say, 100%.
yeah, there always has to be. I think about it like there's always have to be a room for conversation.
Conversation, communication for sure.
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard for me, like, because sometimes I'm mad and I'm like, I need time to think about it, So sometimes the conversation is more like, more like is not continuous.
Yeah.
But I think the best forms of, for me at least, how I carry my relationships, that doesn't mean this is the way you have to,
Yeah.
you know. But the way I carry my relationships, like I try to honestly just listen, especially when I think I'm right. Sometimes it's just like, sometimes people just want to be heard at sometimes too.
That's true.
You know?
I definitely could get better at that, at listening. I'm
Yeah.
doing better. I think the first step is acknowledging it and then going from it. Amazing. What are why do we always go to like Ocha? I feel like I don't know if it's just my family. I'm Guatemalan. Do you think it's like a Guatemalan thing to go to Ocha with a big family?
That's at least in my family, that's the place right there.
That's the place.
You don't even go to a Guatemalan restaurant.
That's
You
I feel
go
like
to
we're always
Ocha.
at Ocha.
Echa. You know what is interesting? I think it's specifically for Guatemalans. I know you made a video on the history of chow mein.
Chow mein.
That for sure has.
I was getting backlash for not
influence.
saying it the way Guatemalans say it.
How do you say it?
Chow mein.
Chow mein. I'll get that.
They're like, so they said chow mein. No, chow mein said other. I was like, damn.
Okay.
I'll be going at it with people in the comments, but I don't care.
That's funny. Yeah, people are in the comments be crazy. Hey, but they're allowed to do that. That's
Yeah.
your opinion. You
Oh,
should
of
be allowed to
course.
share that.
Of course.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the late Charlie Kirk? I got a lot of backlash for posting something. A lot. I
What'd you
think I lost
post?
like almost 500 followers like in an hour
Why do you think you lost those followers? Why do you think?
because there's a lot of stigma around his brand, and I get that. He's he has his views that I don't agree with, especially when it comes to our people, immigration laws. They call him racist because he has made some racist comments. I'm not gonna back him up at all. But the reason why I felt like it in my heart to post him or like at least acknowledge him was he had a lot of great biblical principles that he talked about bluntly without filter,
Yeah.
straight from the scripture. No, like he wasn't trying to go around the bush. He was going straight to what was right and what was wrong. And I think we don't really have that in today's world. As far as like in social media, he was only 31 years old. He's been doing this for a few years. So I think we lost a great, and at least in the Christian world and faith based, we lost somebody who was huge. Sure, he had his beliefs that kind of make him look like an asshole because he kind of was an asshole sometimes. He was, and that's the things that I don't agree with, right? But I just hate the fact how people, just because you mention a name or you might support a name, they automatically make you feel like, oh, you want to be gringo, you hate ICE too. I mean, you love ICE too, or what? Nasty comments, bro. And I'm like, first, I'm gonna stay true to who I am. I think my foundation is Christ and my faith. The brand is cool. Branding is amazing. It's beautiful, right? It brings opportunities and growth. It allows us to do this, to speak to cool people, have cool conversations. But my foundation is Christ, right? So if I saw somebody who was shot, on national television for speaking truth, it's gonna have a dent in our community for sure. Like, I don't even know the guy, and I felt it. Did I support his political views? Am I racist? Of course not. I have immigrant or illegal family members very close to me. So I think a lot of people just are so quick to like have their emotions take over and like, oh, what do you mean? Like, I supported you and I can't believe like nasty comments, bro. They're like, one of them was like, I never thought you would be like this. And you thought wrong, buddy. You didn't even know me, first of all.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything wrong. I didn't say anything poorly. I respect and love our people. So, I mean, what were your thoughts about what happened?
I've been thinking about it, and it's tough, I always kind of think of like the just the core values. Like, what are my core values?
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna celebrate anybody's death,
Yeah.
whether it's someone that got killed by an ICE agent, or I'm not gonna celebrate anyone suffering. Just point blank. If anything, I'll just want to, just listen. I think a lot of people they want you to post. What is your stance? What is your stance? What if I just I just want to take it in?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you post something out of just impulse and you don't even truly, like, who are you doing it for?
Yeah.
Like, I just really, I'm just not gonna celebrate anybody suffering. You know,
Of
whether
course.
families are being separated by ICE. You know, the new Supreme Court decision
That's
that
nasty.
is insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. But if you think otherwise, if you think you're for the decision, let me talk to you.
At least have a conversation.
Yeah, let me because I always go back to the principles of like,
But you're not gonna shoot him down. You're not gonna
yeah,
demonize the person.
yeah, like Gandhi and MLK, you know, like
Right.
nonviolence, you know. Like you gotta love your neighbor, even
100%.
though they don't love you.
100%. Yeah.
You know, that's me though.
No, that's a
I'm not
perfect
gonna,
way to play it, bro.
you know, I love. I don't pick and choose who I love. You know,
Right, right. I feel the same way, 100%. 100%.
like I want to listen to you. Maybe they're racist, or maybe they're bigoted, or maybe this and this and that. Maybe because they had one bad experience with a Hispanic person or something.
Yeah. You know what's worse?
But I'm willing to listen to you because that's how you truly change people.
Exact
You know?
conversation.
I don't know. I know you want to get a word in, but
No, go ahead.
I don't know. There's like a specific person that went around talking to KKK members and they stopped being KKK members.
Wow. Yeah, it's
He
powerful.
was a
bro.
musician, and then he
Oh,
went
wow.
around just kind of listening to their story, why they thought the way they thought, and he influenced them to stop.
Right.
And he didn't shoot him. He didn't, say, "Oh, you're a racist. You're blah blah blah." No, he just like we're talking right now. Like
Yeah.
we're two different people. Let's just say you have a point of view or perspective that I don't agree with. Why don't we agree?
Yeah. I shouldn't hate you. You shouldn't hate me over it.
Yeah,
Just because you have different opinions or differences. Like, I think that's what we lack in our community, especially in our community, bro.
yeah,
We lack the emotional maturity to accept that, hey, Henry believes in what he believes in. That's his viewpoint. Can we still get a beer? Can we still have a coffee? Can we still have a conversation? Of course. But a lot, it's like, no, it's my way or no way. And that's getting political, right? I don't want to speak too much about politics, but that's what it is, bro. It's immaturity, not having emotional maturity to have a conversation. It's like, no. Wait, what? You think you believe this? No, I'm done. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Screw you.
like how can you?
Let me unfollow you.
Yeah,
It's like, it's kind of nasty. I think we got to do better. We have to have the ability to have these mature conversations. You know what I mean? Like, my favorite color is red.
that's not my favorite color.
And that's fine. I still love you. Like, you're good. Like, let's go get a burger, you know? But it's like, oh, a lot of people are like, you don't love red? Oh, I'm out of here.
Yeah, and
You
we're
know?
obviously using the colors as like
It's an example.
as an example. It
Yeah.
could be any topic or subject.
Right.
As it could be as controversial, but you need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because you don't talk about it, then how can you solve something?
You can't. Bro, the power of the tongue is so powerful. It's like,
Yeah,
it's everything. It shapes the world. It really does.
it is.
It's energy. Like, our voice, noise, sound is just energy.
Yeah,
I think when we realize that, it's like, okay, you go a lot deeper into it, but it's really powerful. What our tongue and our mouth and our words can do.
it's beauty.
You know what I mean?
Just be willing to listen to. I think to the other person.
Right.
Don't be quick to hate. Don't be quick to. That's what I think.
Pollo campero. It's like, it's so nostalgic for me. Like the smell, something about it. It's like when it comes from Guatemala, you can't compare it to anything else.
There
How-
should
No, go ahead.
there should be a book written by Pollo Campero.
Like, for real.
There'll be chapters. One of them would be the plane ride.
Yeah.
You know, like you have a plane ride coming back from Guatemala to LA. It just smells like pollo
Everywhere.
everywhere.
I actually want to start offering that service.
Which one?
So say you want pollo campero.
From Guatemala.
Okay, say your dad's birthday is on Monday.
Ooh,
Hey, I want pollo campero. You want to surprise them with an actual chicken from Guatemala.
yeah,
And you'd get it within 2 days.
that is crazy.
We got to pay a premium for it. gotta pay a
Oh,
premium.
of course. Yeah. Is this a quick service?
Would you pay $45 for 12 pieces of chicken?
Of course. Yeah. It's a special
Special occasion.
dude. That's a Guatemala staple.
It is, right?
People pay more for expedited shipping.
What's expensive? Well, first of all,
Yeah.
the chicken itself, and then Guatemala is like $32.
Yeah, but you're paying for a memorable experience, though.
That's true.
You know, people think about money. Oh, like, no, you're paying for your dad's gonna smile when he sees the pollo campero. You know.
Yeah. So, guys, I'm gonna start bringing pollo campero from Guatemala, just so you know. I'm plugging that in there.
He's gonna be the pollo campero, but
I'm gonna be the chicken man.
the chicken.
The pollo
Man.
campero. Hey, have you guys seen that pollo campero, dude?
You have to dress up in the pollo campero suit.
That's crazy. Nah, I can't do that. 3 things your family tells you when you arrive to Guatemala.
Eso es tu prima. Eso es tu primo. I'm like, what? And they expect you to hug them, you know, and like love them from the heart, you know. I'm just human. Like I need to get to trust you first.
That's so funny. And it, you know, I don't know if this is me. When you get to Antigua, I'm sorry, the Aurora, that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're like a celebrity?
Oh
Just
my.
walking, just like entering, the people just waiting for you. You're like, I'm home. You feel like everybody's there for you, but they're not. Like they don't even know you. And you feel so special walking in.
That is insane. That's funny.
You ever felt that way?
If you could find a clip and post it, dude, of it right now, that would be amazing. Dude, it looks like you're a celebrity, dude.
It's like you're walking in, you're like,
And you're
man.
4 years old, so it's
Literally.
hard to process. You know?
When was the last time you went to Guate?
I think like 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where have you been? That's like, damn, I want to go back right now.
I think just to those pueblos, bro. Cause it's just so simple. Life over there is so simple. Everyone here is in a rush, you know.
Yeah.
Like over there, we're just chilling in the backyard. Here's the birds. You know?
Yeah. Have you had a chance
so
to
simple.
go check out like the Mayan ruins?
No, I haven't. It's because the Myrons are in Peten, huh?
It's far.
Dude, it's far.
12-hour drive. I've done it in a drive, 12 hours. I've also done it in a flight, an hour max.
A flight is bougie.
But the planes are so small, bro. You're like this. The domestic flights?
That's wow. Those are the
crazy.
cartel planes.
No, literally. That's what it felt like.
Those are the ones you're gonna use
It
for
feels
your.
so unsafe, bro. The seatbelt is like literally just this. And it's like, you can just break it off right
Those
away.
are the planes you're gonna use for your pollo campero business. The cartel plane.
Yeah. Nah, trust me. I already have it planned out. I just got to execute it.
The ruins are. They look amazing. My mom went recently. Yeah.
When you plan on going again?
Nah, low key, not anytime soon, honestly. Because low key, I want to focus on Barrio Athletics.
That's true.
Obviously, that requires your time and energy. You know?
That's true. That is true. Vamos a hacer unos mandados.
Oh my.
Never was to have a fun trip.
Yeah, dude. Like you go to Guatemala, you think you're gonna go to the water parks.
Yeah.
You think like you said, oh, you're gonna go to the Maya ruins. You know, you're gonna eat a choco banano. Now you're doing mandados, bro.
Yeah.
The whole week for las propiedades. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you experienced that, but when I went with my family, like it's like fun is like 10%, maybe
That's
less.
so true. Yeah.
But the rest is like you got to get the paperwork done and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so you're in the Baco Industrial for hours, dude.
You're just the way you explain it is just so detailed.
Yeah.
Everything. That's so true.
So you feel like a celebrity when you walk in. So you expect like celebrity treatment, but then you're just in the Banco Industrial
Exactly.
for hours.
That's so funny. Ma'am, what are your favorite restaurants in LA? Guatemalan restaurants.
Guatemala, Casa Chapina in K-Town. Amazing drink. Small, you know, but
Casa
the
Chapina,
best. Yeah, I think that's the only one that stands out.
number 2.
I don't have a number 2.
I think
Just
my
that
favorite would probably be I'd say Amalia's.
It's expensive, but
Yeah?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not in your
Maybe
tax
it
bracket
is.
yet. It's good though. I haven't tried
That's
it.
good.
Though. Yeah,
I like it.
it's good.
I like the customer service. Most of the time it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Number 3,
I've been to Puchica and
Puchica. Where's that at?
I think that's like in North Hollywood. I think.
Puchica. There's one that's
Yeah.
called Mucha. You been to that one?
No, I need to try more.
Mucha's cool.
There's
They have like
few
3
that's-
restaurants, 3 locations in LA. What's your favorite Guatemalan dish? If you could get You could have one for the rest of your life or knock one out forever. Which one would it be?
Just the traditional breakfast.
Gotta
Huevos
keep
con
that.
crema, frijol, y plátanos fritos.
What plate are you like burning forever?
I think plátanos fritos.
You're not.
Or like burning,
Like get them out of the menu.
Or get them out the menu, like Guatemalan. Low key, I don't know. Do you have any idea?
I think the plate, my favorite plate is probably hilachas. So bomb. But you have to get it from the right location.
Yeah.
You
I
know
think
what
another Guatemalan staple would just be like you're in the random water park and they're doing like the fresh choco bananos with the fresh chocolate. Oh, no
Damn,
one does it. Like
I forgot about that.
No one does it like that here. Like no one. People try, but
Yeah,
even
yeah.
Disneyland sells some choco bananas. But no,
That's true.
The random water park in Choco Meat. I think it's Choco Meat,
Right.
and they're just setting up with the flies all over.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, it's the best experience ever.
It is the best.
But yeah.
If you have anything that you'd want to tell the people who look up to you, people who are following you, a message that you have for them, what would it be?
Anything's possible. Don't let nobody tell you can't. Just go for it. What's the worst that could happen? You fail, you're gonna learn. You add that experience to your tool belt, you know? So you have an idea, just do it and create it. Don't think about it. People think about it, oh, I gotta get everything perfect. Nothing's perfect.
Right.
I've been doing Barrio Athletics for a year. It's still not perfect.
Yeah. Where can we get this?
Okay, we have 2 in stock, so barrioathletics.com.
Hey.
It's because I don't promote it, but we got 2 in stock, so get your last 2. But yeah, that one's for you, boss.
Thank you, bro. I
Yeah, of
appreciate
course,
it. I'm
yeah.
gonna rock it when I run.
Of course.
On the next one, I'm definitely gonna wear it. Cool, bro. Well,
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me.
appreciate it for your time, man. And you know,
course, yeah.
my goal with this is just to grow our community.
Yeah.
I think you have a good platform, a growing platform, and I think if we work together, you know, we'll take it a lot further. I don't think we can do anything alone.
Yeah.
In anything, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, yeah, bro, appreciate you for your time, and we're gonna wrap it up now. If you guys like this conversation, this is my first pod in a long time. To be honest with you, and so
You did a good job, man.
Thank you, bro. I hope
The first question you got to ask is, do you like it? You enjoyed it?
I did like it.
Okay.
I had fun.
That's good. That's
of course.
good. That's
I have a lot more planned out.
Yeah.
So I haven't even plugged the YouTube channel in a long time, bro. So if you haven't, follow us, hit the like button, and catch you on the next one.